Alright, so if you ever played like previous Dark Souls or games such as RPG, obviously know that From Software has many interesting things to do with your character, but I'm gonna be showing you how to do a faith build, and also just to guide you throughout the whole game. I'm also gonna be teaching you the ways of the lands between, just guiding you before the very first boss, because in this game you can actually like beat the first boss and while being overpowered early in the game. But yeah, that's gonna be it. So when you enter this building, there's gonna be a boss here. So I have to grab the screen. You don't have to kill him or not. He does these interesting movesets. Right now we're very low leveled. We don't really stand a chance right now, but we do have somewhat yeah, damn it. We do have somewhat the ability that we have. But since this is a walkthrough, I'm just gonna speed run through this. But also, while also getting you items as well. So here's a flask of Crimson Tears. These are known as Estus, but also heal you. So the red bar allows us to heal our health, but the blue one allows us to use magic, such as that. Touch the grace. These graces are like a resting point. So let's say you've done so much farming and you like fought many creatures, you would be able to rest on those points and restart. But it's not always like recommended to sit on them, because as you will see, the enemy will respawn. But yeah, since the build we're going through, we're just gonna be using miracles, but also known as incantations, that what they're called in this game. We're not gonna be working with sorceries, but we are. There's weapon we're gonna be getting is known as the Morning Star. It's a really good early weapon for us. Next episode I'll just be getting you guys weapons for strength builds and magic builds. Well, the magic, you could just still use the Morning Star because it's still good for magic and strength, but for dexterity, it's like if you want to use like a katana or something, it's good to use that. Just it. For people that use spears, you could just mess that up horribly. So these enemies with like huge shields, you could easily defeat them with a charge attack or a special ability. But yeah, I might not be good at trying to guide you, but doing my best. You also have to watch out for enemies like these, because they do have quite a bit of health, such as, because the ones with the shield, like this enemy you see right here, is going to be our default enemy. We're going to be seeing those type of enemies throughout the whole game. These are easy to kill. We're not going to see them that much, but they do cause a little bit of damage. Also, if you played the previous games, you know that this is surprisingly you could jump freely now. But yeah. Elden Ring is quite a new thing for From Software games, but still, it's good. If you ever see an enemy with that you've seen before but has a greater health bar, just let you know, it's probably safe that you're not like supposed to go in that area yet, because if you already fought a previous enemy and that enemy already has like so much health for some reason, then probably the game letting you know, hey, don't go there. Alright, so see my red bar went down. Right now is not a good time to heal since he's attacking, but it's always better to heal right after the attack. And you see if alright, so if you chose the Vagabond class, what's it called? You'll be having this thing where your controller will either vibrate while you're rolling. It's better to go to equipment and get rid of your armor. What you call in the Xbox, you'll be pressing X to get rid of it. But if you look down on the character stats, and if you look down, you're gonna see poise, and it's either is gonna say med load, and that meaning that you could roll freely. But if it says heavy load, then you're gonna be fat rolling. You do not want to be fat rolling, simply because there's things such as like item frames in this game, and if you're fat rolling, you probably will not be able to dodge like bosses attacks and everything like that. But it's more better to either be mid rolling. Right. Resting on graces. You could sit down on that one, right, if you want. If you chose the stone sword key as your snap, I forgot. I'm not doing any editing. If you chose the stone sword key as your God, alright, man. Just forget it. If you chose the stone sword key, that area is like off limits for now, simply because of how like you go to that area late game. That easier to say. Alright, so we're gonna be going to Limgrave, the very first area of the game. As you can tell, you're gonna want to speak to this guy. You can exhaust through his dialogue. It's very important to exhaust through the dialogue, simply because of you don't want to get like rid of the quest line or not. I'm skipping because we'll walk through, but yes.
Are you familiar? You may also that. It will lead, even if it.
All right.
Great castle, the home.
All right now.
Castle, if you. It will castle if you see.
All right, so we're gonna drop down here. There's a. That is not a regular enemy, just to say. That is a boss. You're not gonna want to fight him now, but we can fight him later on. The summoning pool that I just activated is allows you to, like, let's say play co-op, and practically allow you to go through any other animals in the game. No, any other area in the game. If you ever see like animals running around, you don't have to kill them, but it is recommended, simply because what you call, they could give you like arrows and stuff, but that's only if you're using a bow and arrow. All right, so go the path that I just took to enter the church. We're gonna be wanting to go through this church right now, simply because of the grace and the things they'll give us. I don't know if it's discovered. I am gonna be teaching you just. This map is huge, but I will be like guiding you to all the way over here. We're gonna be going probably down all the way to east. You're gonna want to talk to him.
I can also see that you're not. Then why not? I am Carly.
Some things that he sells is pretty useful. These are all nice items, but I'm not gonna be getting any of these. I'm just gonna be getting the crafting kits, and I'm not really buying that. A torch would be good.
Goodbye.
For us. Alright. So now, since you picked up those items, I'm gonna rest here. And now that we have item crafting unlocked, shows us ways to get, item craft. Early flowers, they allow us to get the fur calling, and the fur calling is important because, well, if you ever plan on playing a game with a friend, that allows us to, well, summon them and see their summon sign. You want to take this way to our third grace that would allow us to get our horse and get us a maiden. You could fight these enemies if you want. I'm not gonna do it simply because I'm trying to just run around through the area and show you what's best and what's not. This whole village, you are gonna want to skip it. You can like crouch and be stealthy and try to get the items or not, but it's not really recommended. Well, I wouldn't recommend it. Alright, so once you sat at this grace, you know, want to rest at it again. And there is going to be a cutscene here. I'm practically say yes to whatever she says, because she will be like helping you out and stuff.
I bequeath. It will summon torrent. Treat him with.
Alright, can't really level up, so yeah, horseback. Now, this will allow us to have horseback riding. If you saw that I actually took out Memory of Grace, this is not good at all. So, if you should also press square for PS5, or Xbox players you press X, and for Xbox players you would press Y to see like switch out your items and stuff. But right now we're gonna be using our horse. I was also recommended to switch to daytime, because in nighttime there's gonna be enemies here that will not be nice to us, and there's also gonna be a bunch of bosses as well. So I'm gonna pass my time until noon. That way it could be daytime. And yep. Alright, so we're not gonna go through that area, of course. We're gonna be getting the map and then heading straight to the other grace. Alright, so I skipped the map. Oh wow, that's a big mistake. Do not do what I just did. Okay. By the way, if you could literally just press B once and your horse will already be sprinting. I did not know about that, but yes, it is something that you should be aware of. If you can press B again, but that's like only if you're trying to dodge any other item or something like that. Alright, so what you want to do here is, since you got the other grace, you're gonna want to teleport back to the Church of Allah. And if I'm correct, it should be automatic nighttime.
May I have a word?
This lady you're gonna want to speak to. She gives you a spirit calling bell, and she also gives our very first spirits. They're actually very useful because they help us do a lot of things in the game.
I doubt we shall. How long will it be for the tarn?
And this lady also gives you a weapon after you beat Godric. It's gonna be the very first +8 weapon, but we're gonna have a weapon that's far more stronger than that. But I would like to equip the wolves though, because they do help us a lot. I'm gonna set up the grace and then pass noon again. That way we should go. Alright. So what you want to do from here now is you would want to, I believe it was, go to Agil Lake. Yeah. You would want to go to Agil Lake, yep. Yeah, I'm gonna end it off here right now. On the next episode, I will help you out more.